Hello and welcome to this short video I made to present you with some additional thoughts in relation to my alike titled blog entry. The subject is revolving around the exploitation of the Forex attainable leverage, the lowest possible cost, utilization of automatization, and a quick turnaround trading style. There is information presented in front of you regarding the subject, and I would prefer to just add things to it. So I would like to point out first that I'm only trading euro dollar for a reason, and that is that uh, with certain brokers you can make gains even within a 1 pip move in your favor. So I'm always scratching my head when someone finds a 1 or 2 pip spread on the euro dollar acceptable or even good. I want to present you here with these little stats coming up right here, which would show you well, what you're looking at is 5.5 months worth of trades. Number of them would be 2,557, and the average trade profit and the average trade pips. You see these 3.3 pips. Now imagine if your broker is charging you 2 pips for the spread, then I wouldn't have made about 90% of my profits. Okay, so the math, as you can read, is 100 times $1 is $100. So I would think most people do not make more than $100 a day, and it's perfectly attainable with a small size Forex account. In our example, I'm gonna be citing a $1,500 account with which you could be making 2% gains per day on average. So since you have 252 trading days, and with the 2% average, you get the title of the 504% yearly gains. So yeah, here I'm talking about my example. So I basically took on this challenge for my own self. I wanted to see if I could make 1000% gains in a year, and I started the clock on the 30th of July, and as you can see right now, the equity is up 380%, and I'm running a 99.5% win rate. Yeah, here comes the question about stop losses, right? So yeah, no, I don't use stop losses. What I do use is trail stop, and I'm quick to be in and out, and I do scale in and do scale out. And one of the things that I'm suggesting in this article is that you would figure out your own personal maximum risk, and this is actually not based on your account size. It is based on not just the savings that you have access to, and you can roll in case you need to save the account. But of course there are other things curtailing risk or blowing the account. In our case, what is possible to do in an MT4 platform is run hedger routines. So I actually have a half hedger and a full hedger running, and this would let you sleep at night, because they would step in if you know, something like a black swan event was to happen, and they would just hedge off the account, and that buys you time, and that prevents you from blowing up your account. Of course, I during all of this testing, which, like I said, it's right now I'm into 5.5 months. I have not needed to utilize any of these, but I did put in margin, topped up the margin on occasions, which I would consider temporary loans that I would take out when I feel comfortable with. So one little sentence on having stop losses with Forex. It's virtually insane. It is, first of all, it's volunteering for losses, and well, you will find out, if I guess, if you start trading, um, that for instance on Sundays, Sunday night opens, the brokers would crank up the spread. Even my broker would do anything between 10 to well, as backtesting I found out, they actually sometimes chip in as big as 32 pips of spread instead of the 0.2 pips 2-point spread that is normally present. So that is, I don't even know, like 400 times larger, and with some gapping move you would be stopped out of virtually almost anything. So let's see an example of how I trade, how I've been trading, and here I just picked a random day, and as you can see, this column here is what the commission is. So that's what the broker charges for 5 micro lots, and as soon as I have something in excess of $1, I would consider the trade a good trade, for 2 reasons. It made at least $1, and secondly, you would free up your risk by eliminating the position, so you would not have an open naked position anymore. And as you can see, sometimes the number would be get larger as something moves more in your favor, and sometimes you just get a worse fill, and because of the slippage and whatnot, you end up a little bit underperforming. But on average, there's more than $1 per trade, and you can easily do 60 of these in one day. Now the next example would be well, mostly, like you probably figured, I'm trading directionally, and of course I'm favoring the short side on euro dollar, because if you end up having to hold overnight the position, then you're gonna be gaining swap versus losing it. And with some brokers, the swap can be quite enormous, especially on Wednesday nights, when they charge you for Saturday and Sunday at once, so you get 3 times the swap charged to you. And this day that you're looking at, basically you can see that I was buying and much larger size. What is happening here is, at this point I'm holding somewhere between 1.7 1.8 lots of short, and I'm counter trading against those positions, so I can have maybe 5 mini lots, 5 times 3 mini lots open, or even 6 times, and make money on those. And as you can see, the gains add up a whole lot faster that way. So let's try to keep this video short, and just a little thing about in comparison to having a daytime job, where I end up with myself 826 pounds per hour, which would make me 66 pounds a day. Right now, with this account that started, like, as you could see, very small, I'm almost bringing those numbers. Well, not entirely, but almost. And on certain days like this month, I'm definitely going to be making more with this one little trading account than my basic pay. Um, Here's a little screenshot. That's basically my overnight screen next to the bed, so it's wrapping around the bed. And just a few things I point out before I finish up this video. So this 121.06 was Friday's game, and I'm calling full size, so I could actually burden the account like with way more than what I'm doing. And I also have a TS, which is a trading size. I finished the day off with being one mini lot longer than short, so it's almost like a perfect hedge. As you can see, a ratio is 71:3. That means I'm trading at that point something like 28% drawdown, which is entirely cozy with the little sizes that I'm actually rolling with. The spread was 6 points, which is 0.6 pips towards the end of the day. Normally the spread would be at my broker between 2 and 3 points. So and then they would charge me, of course, 60 or 6 points for like a round trip, and so that's how I end up with somewhere between 0.8 pips and maybe a little bit above. So under even a 1 pip move in my favor would actually yield me something for the most part. What else do I want to say here quickly? Yeah, so my trading style obviously is just one kind of trading. There's a million other ways to trade, but what's awesome about this one is that it's constantly building capital, and versus other people always trying to make one big trade and make a killing and end up sitting on the sidelines and waiting for something to come across, and market seemingly going nowhere. I basically make money every day, and I'm just building capital, and there's nothing like this. Of course, it kind of changes your mindset, and you just close out positions out of reflex is not always beneficial, but I'd rather have it my way and buy myself time and build myself capital to be able to engage in other trades further on. So thank you for coming, thank you for watching. I'm gonna probably be posting on the subject, of course, especially when I get close to the 1 year period. And please read the article. I'm gonna put the link at the bottom. Have a nice day. Bye.